Did you know that one small mistake in your automatic car could wreck your transmission, cost you thousands in repairs, or even put your life in danger? Most drivers don't realize they're making these costly errors every single day until it's too late. From shifting at the wrong time to idling in a drive for too long, these habits are silently killing your car without you even knowing it. But don't worry, I'm about to expose the biggest mistakes that could be ruining your ride and how to avoid them before disaster strikes. Buckle up. This is one video you can't afford to miss. 15. Parking in direct sunlight for too long. Ever left your car parked in the blazing sun for hours? You might not realize it, but that heat can do more than just make your seats feel like lava. It can actually damage your transmission. When a car sits in direct sunlight, the temperature under the hood skyrockets. This intense heat dries out important rubber seals inside the transmission, making them brittle and prone to cracking. Even worse, extreme heat causes transmission fluid to break down faster. This fluid is the lifeblood of your transmission, ensuring smooth gear shifts and preventing friction damage. Over time, these effects can lead to sluggish performance, rough shifting, and expensive repairs. So what can you do? Try to park in the shade, use a sunshade, or if possible, find covered parking. Your transmission and your wallet will thank you. But parking incorrectly isn't the only simple habit that could cost you. How you turn off your car matters too. 14. Turning off the car before it's in park. Modern cars have built-in safety features, but that doesn't mean you're off the hook. If you turn off your car before shifting into park, you could be setting yourself up for some serious trouble. First, if the transmission isn't properly locked, the car could roll unexpectedly, which is not only dangerous, but could also damage internal components. Second, turning off the car while it's still in gear can confuse the vehicle's computer system. Over time, this could lead to electrical malfunctions, warning lights on your dashboard, or even transmission failure. To avoid these problems, always make sure your car is fully in park before turning off the engine. This simple habit could save you from costly repairs down the road. Speaking of parking safely, there's another overlooked mistake that can put a serious strain on your transmission. 13. Forgetting to use the handbrake when parking. Do you always use the handbrake when you park? If not, you could be unknowingly damaging your transmission. The parking brake, also called the handbrake, is designed to take the pressure off your transmission's parking powell, a small but crucial component that locks your car in place when it's parked. Without the handbrake engaged, the entire weight of the vehicle rests on this tiny piece of metal. Over time, this can cause excessive wear, leading to costly repairs or even complete transmission failure. This is especially important when parking on a slope, but even on flat ground. Using the handbrake is a smart habit that protects your transmission in the long run. But did you know that even when you're not moving, you might still be harming your transmission? 12. Idling and drive for too long. Think leaving your car and drive while waiting in traffic is harmless? Think again. When your car sits and drive for too long, whether at a long stoplight or stuck in traffic, it keeps the transmission engaged, causing unnecessary heat buildup. Over time, this extra heat can wear down transmission components and lead to costly issues. While a few minutes won't do much harm, if you anticipate being stationary for an extended period, it's better to shift into neutral or park. This simple trick reduces strain on your transmission and helps keep it running smoothly. But shifting carelessly can be just as harmful, especially if you switch gears without stopping. 11. Shifting from drive to reverse while moving. One of the worst things you can do to your transmission is shift from drive to reverse without coming to a complete stop. Many drivers do this out of habit, especially when trying to park quickly. However, making this sudden switch puts an extreme amount of stress on your transmission components. These parts aren't designed to handle abrupt directional changes, and repeatedly doing this can snap internal parts or wear them down quickly. If you want to avoid costly repairs, always bring your vehicle to a full stop before changing directions. Shifting problems aren't just caused by bad driving habits. Sometimes, neglecting simple maintenance can be just as damaging. 10. Neglecting transmission. Fluid changes. Your car's transmission fluid is just as important as engine oil, yet many drivers completely ignore it. Transmission fluid plays a crucial role in keeping your car running smoothly. It lubricates gears, keeps the system cool, and ensures smooth shifting. However, over time, the fluid breaks down and becomes less effective. Old, dirty fluid can cause excessive friction inside the transmission, leading to overheating, rough shifts, and eventual failure. Some people believe transmission fluid lasts forever, but that's a dangerous myth. Most vehicles require a fluid change every 50,000 miles. Always check your owner's manual for the recommended maintenance schedule to keep your transmission in top shape. And while maintenance is key, how you drive also plays a huge role in your transmission's health. 9. Flooring the gas pedal from a complete stop. We get it, sometimes you're in a hurry, and the temptation to stomp on the gas pedal is real. But this habit can be brutal on your transmission. When you accelerate too aggressively from a standstill, it puts an enormous strain on your transmission's internal components. The sudden surge of power forces the gears to engage too quickly, leading to premature wear and tear. Over time, this can cause jerky shifts, overheating, and even transmission failure. To extend the life of your transmission, always accelerate smoothly and avoid sudden bursts of speed whenever possible. But it's not just how you start, it's also how you slow down that matters. 8. Riding the brakes downhill. Instead of downshifting, if you frequently drive in hilly areas, you might be putting unnecessary stress on your transmission without even realizing it. Many drivers rely solely on their brakes when going downhill, but this can lead to excessive wear and overheating. Instead, try using engine braking by shifting into a lower gear. This technique takes some of the strain off your brakes and helps control your speed more efficiently. It's a simple habit that can extend the lifespan of both your brakes and transmission. Final thoughts. Treat your transmission right. Your car's transmission is one of its most complex and expensive components, so taking care of it should be a priority. By avoiding these common mistakes, whether it's improper shifting, poor maintenance, or careless driving habits, you can prevent major repairs and keep your vehicle running smoothly for years to come. 7. Running on empty. Many drivers don't realize that constantly driving with very little fuel can have serious consequences, not just for the engine, but for the transmission as well. The fuel pump, which is located inside the gas tank, depends on gasoline to stay cool and function properly. When fuel levels run too low, the pump becomes exposed to air, causing it to overheat. Over time, this excess heat can wear down the pump, leading to premature failure and costly repairs. Additionally, a low fuel level increases the risk of drawing in dirt, debris, and sediment that settles at the bottom of the gas tank. These contaminants can clog fuel lines and filters, reducing engine efficiency and potentially affecting how smoothly your transmission shifts. To avoid these problems, make it a habit to keep your gas tank at least a quarter full. This simple step can extend the life of your fuel system, protect your transmission, and improve overall vehicle performance. But even when your fuel levels are fine, keeping your car in drive at a stoplight could be silently damaging your transmission. 6. Leaving the car in drive at stoplights. We've all been there, stuck at a red light, foot on the brake, waiting impatiently for the green. It seems harmless, right? But did you know that keeping your car in drive while idling at stoplights is actually putting unnecessary stress on your transmission? Here's why. When your car is in drive, the torque converter, the component that transfers power from the engine to the wheels, keeps working even though you're not moving. This causes constant friction and heat buildup inside the transmission, which over time can break down vital components. The longer you sit in drive while idling, the more wear and tear your transmission endures. If you're going to be stopped for more than a few seconds, it's a good habit to shift into neutral. This simple change can reduce strain on your transmission and extend its lifespan. But while shifting into neutral at a stoplight can help, coasting in neutral while driving is an entirely different story, and one that can put you in serious danger. 5. Coasting in neutral. A lot of drivers believe that coasting in neutral helps save fuel, but that's an outdated myth. Modern cars are designed to automatically adjust fuel consumption when slowing down in gear. So, shifting to neutral doesn't save much, if any, gas. Worse yet, coasting in neutral removes one of your car's best safety features: engine braking. When you keep your car in gear while slowing down, the engine helps control your speed, reducing strain on the brakes. If you shift into neutral, you force the brakes to do all the work, causing them to wear out faster and potentially overheat. More importantly, coasting in neutral can put you in a dangerous situation. If you suddenly need to accelerate to avoid an accident, shifting back into gear takes extra time you might not have in an emergency. Instead of shifting to neutral while driving, let your car stay in gear. It's safer, more efficient, and helps extend the life of your transmission. Speaking of bad habits, even the way you rest your hand while driving can unknowingly damage your transmission. 4. Resting your hand on the gear shifter? Stop right now. Do you casually rest your hand on the gear shifter while driving? Many people do it without even thinking. It seems harmless, but in reality, this small habit can cause significant damage over time. Here's the problem. The gear shifter is directly connected to the transmission. Even the slightest pressure from your hand can put unnecessary strain on the internal components. Over time, this added pressure can cause gears to wear down or misalign, leading to shifting issues and expensive repairs. The solution is simple: keep both hands on the steering wheel while driving. Not only is this better for your transmission, but it also improves your control of the vehicle, making your driving safer overall. And while improper hand placement can cause trouble, failing to warm up your transmission in cold weather can be just as damaging. 3. Not warming up your transmission in cold weather. Winter mornings can be brutal, not just for you, but for your car as well. If you jump in and start driving immediately in freezing temperatures, you could be doing serious harm to your transmission. Cold weather thickens transmission fluid, making it harder for the system to function properly. This means the gears may not shift smoothly, and your transmission has to work much harder than usual. Over time, this extra strain can lead to premature wear and serious mechanical issues. To prevent this, give your car a minute or two to warm up before driving in cold weather. Letting the engine run allows the transmission fluid to heat up and circulate properly, reducing stress on the system and ensuring smoother shifts. And while warming up your transmission is essential, keeping an eye on your dashboard warning lights is just as critical. Ignoring them could cost you thousands. 2. Ignoring transmission warning lights is a recipe for disaster. Your car's dashboard is like a personal health monitor for your vehicle. When a warning light pops up, it's your car's way of telling you something is wrong. But too many drivers ignore these warnings, assuming they'll just go away. That's a mistake you don't want to make. 2 of the most important lights related to transmission health are the check engine light and the transmission temperature light. These can indicate serious issues such as overheating, fluid leaks, or internal component failure. If you ignore them, minor problems can escalate into major, expensive repairs or even complete transmission failure. The best approach? Don't wait. If a warning light comes on, get your car checked by a professional as soon as possible. Catching a problem early can save you thousands of dollars in repair costs, but the biggest transmission killer of all: how you accelerate from a stop. One hard acceleration from a stop. We get it, sometimes you're in a rush, and the temptation to slam on the gas is real. But before you floor it, consider this. Rapid acceleration is one of the most damaging things you can do to your transmission. When you press the gas pedal too hard from a complete stop, it forces the transmission to shift through gears too quickly, putting extreme pressure on the internal components. Over time, this repeated stress can cause overheating, excessive wear, and even catastrophic transmission failure. It's not just the transmission that suffers. Hard acceleration also puts strain on your engine, suspension, and drivetrain, leading to faster wear and costly repairs. Instead of launching your car forward like a race car, accelerate gradually. Not only will this extend the life of your transmission, but it will also improve fuel efficiency and make your driving smoother and safer. And there you have it, some of the biggest mistakes that could be silently destroying your car's transmission. Avoiding these bad habits isn't just about saving money on repairs, it's about keeping your ride running smoothly for years to come. So, the next time you get behind the wheel, remember these tips and drive smarter. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more game-changing car tips. Got a bad driving habit you're guilty of? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.